Hello, everyone, and welcome back to yet another episode of the Half-Baked Podcast. I'm Turkey Tom. With me, I have Nick and Vega. What's up?
Oh my God! I love when you bring more energy to it, Tom.
Do you?
Hype me up.
What? I was being good.
You sound like terminally depressed every time you do the intro. So today was a little bit more positive than usual.
I am
so
terminally
true.
depressed.
It's true.
Tom drinks a Monster Energy drink just to smile.
But you know what? Today is a great day. We're recording the podcast. I believe Nick submitted the audio.
I'm not going to say anything about that. I'm not going to make any comment about that.
Our first news actually comes from fellow commentary news guy, Tipster, who recently was messaged by someone we've talked about on the show. We all remember Creepshow Art, right?
Unfortunately.
She's my favorite YouTuber, actually.
She seems to come up every episode, even though she's been gone for a month.
Yes, of course.
I was on a stream with Augie like a week ago, and I just want to say that I called this. I need to stroke my own cock a little here. I was on a stream with Augie, and he was like, I don't think she's coming back. I think she's gone. She's not going to talk to anyone. And I was like, no, she's definitely crawling around. If what Nick said is true, then she's definitely going to come back and be mad at people. And I was right. So we have a tweet here from Tipster that says, looks like Shannon is back in Instagram DMs, and she's not too happy. Yikes. So the last time Tipster messaged her was July 17th, which was around the time this shit went around, right? And she messaged him very recently and said, you want me to talk to you after you commented on my husband's channel because of a provably false accusation? Really? You thought that was smart? And then Tipster said, the fuck? Okay, I see how this is gonna be. Goodbye, Shannon. Have a nice life. And then Shannon said, oh my God, really? You fold that easy? You're genuinely weaker-willed than I thought. Boo-hoo.
Dude, she's playing a character every time she DMs anybody, dude.
It's like a supervillain monologue.
Dude, she sounds like... This is lolcow Shannon that we're talking to right now. This isn't like, oh my God, that's so bonkers. You're so cute. This is, haha, you were in tears when I sent you donation, pussy.
You peasant.
You fucking mongoloid. Like, yeah.
Yeah, she's mad. I mean, she's definitely still around. I wouldn't be surprised if more people get DMs at this point.
Dude, she's spurging.
I'm kind of curious as to why Tipster in particular was the one that she decided to message. I mean, of all
well, maybe
people,
he's
like,
the only one, though, that came out and said anything.
I think if anyone got messaged by her, they would definitely tweet it out because it's content for them, right? So many people love this Creepshow Art story. So many big videos were made about it. Like, realistically, I think if one of them got messaged, unless, like, Creepshow, like, had something to fuck them over with, like, they would tweet it out. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. It's just kind of weird to see that she's still crawling around. I guess, you know, maybe she has plans to come back. Clearly, she still cares about her YouTube channel reputation, which is kind of ruined in a way that I've never quite seen. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how she could come back from this.
Yeah.
It's almost like if you cater to fucking crazy people and change your entire demeanor to match what you think is going to make you money, eventually when they find out that you're not like that, it's going to be really bad.
Yeah, of course.
It's almost like if you're fake online, it'll catch up with you.
That's with everything, especially like the you saw that with like Ninja, right? Ninja to me is like the best example just because he openly said it. And I've said it years before he said it. I'm sure other people have said it in different communities I've never even heard of. This is just common sense, right? If you pretend to be something else in order to get that money, that reputation, those big contracts, those deals, and notoriety and fame, you're eventually going to come to terms with the fact that this isn't you. Yeah, you got everything you ever wanted, but you did it because you were faking it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then fucking when you try to be yourself, you wind up being lonely, depressed, and fucking now you're regretful, and you have an audience that you don't even want this audience. Like, who are these people that you built?
Yeah.
And you can't even cuss, you can't even talk about sex, you can't smack your girl in the ass or something like that.
What?
I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm sorry. I kind of diverted there.
No, I got whatever.
Dude, her last video is like why there isn't a straight Pride Month, and then they found out that she's calling her friends trannies and shit on Twitter.
And fags. Like, what the fuck? On Lolcow.
On lolcow. Yeah, on lolcow.
Yeah, no, I mean, the crazy thing about it to me is, like, I think it's a testament to how toxic her audience kind of became. Like, compared to her channel size, which is like, what, 600K she had? 500K?
That was big. That's pretty big.
Yeah, it's pretty big. But the amount of videos about it and the amount of views they've gotten. I mean, Emily Artful's video about her has like more than 2 million views, I'm pretty sure. There are videos with like hundreds of thousands of views. There are multiple videos with millions of views about Creepshow Art. Someone who, like, you know, while important to the community, I feel like she really got eaten alive by these people that she kind of cultivated so well.
Yeah, dude, when's the last time you've seen like a fucking 500K YouTube, like 600K YouTuber or whatever, just lose 200,000 people?
That's so many.
Like 200,000 people all are like, you know what? Actually, I'm not about this, and they just leave.
Yeah, it's like
What?
almost half your audience right there immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
At this rate, her channel is gonna hit 100K before mine will.
Fuck off. It's like people were so eager to just like find someone to unsub to. Like, obviously what she did is horrible. I'm not gonna condemn her audience for leaving her channel, but it's just kind of like holy shit. Like for her channel size, I've never ever seen anything this extreme,
Let me ask you this though. This might be a dumb question, but just to get it out the way. Do you think her real personality, who she is as a person, was her videos or was it the lolcow thing or whatever?
The lolcow.
The lolcow. She was edgy.
You think so? You
She
don't
was
think she was
edgy as
putting that
fuck.
on?
No. She went on lolcow anonymously and was talking about herself and her friend.
Yeah, she was like airing her own thoughts.
Yeah, dude. That was when she thought nobody was looking. That's what she was doing.
You don't think she was like kind of fishing to kind of like push some drama so she could talk about it in some weird way? You know what I
Maybe.
mean? Like she was just trying to.
She was also like venting though. She was talking about like her own sister and shit.
Oh no, you're right.
I mean, the thing is,
Yeah,
Vega, I think
yeah.
you could be right with that. You could be right. She was like pushing some drama, right, and trying to like manipulate things.
Yeah, but what Nick said kind of struck me because fucking the way you guys described it before, from what I remember anyway, maybe I'm misremembering, but from what Nick says, it does, now that he said Venti, it does sound more like venting.
Yeah,
Rather than
yeah.
trying to, you know what I mean, bait some shit over here.
It was also to like garner sympathy for herself. Like she talked about like herself getting stalked by people for years and stuff like that. And those actions match up with what people are saying she did. So people start to really question it.
I think it was a little of both, honestly.
Okay.
I think mostly venting though. Mostly venting.
Right.
Like now there's a debate on whether she was homeless by choice or not.
What?
That's been a debate for a while.
What the fuck? Who is homeless by choice?
She talked about like the trauma of being homeless, but now like it's being alleged that she was homeless by choice to save rent money.
Yeah, she said that in a video, I think,
Oh my
or something like that.
God.
I've heard about this for a long time, where she was saying like, "Oh, the trauma from being homeless." Then in another video, she was like, "Me and my boyfriend decided to live in my car for a year."
Well,
I was
I
like,
don't know.
what the
Listen,
fuck?
to be real with you, that's kind of different because some people, they can't afford certain things at the moment, and they know that they're going to get.
No,
in
I get
debt
what you're
and shit.
saying.
Yeah, they force.
But what she said was decided, as if it was like there was a choice there. you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, I think we should move on because I think Vega's been really excited to talk about this. Are you familiar with like who Chris Chan is?
Oh God.
The only thing I saw was on Twitter was somebody that looks like Billy the Fridge. Billy, I love you, but he looks like you. And he was everywhere.
Is this the first time you've heard of him?
Before all this, I don't really know the specifics, but before all this, I've never seen or heard of this person ever in my life.
Really?
Never.
Interesting.
Basically, Chris Chan has been like a center of like a lot of drama over the past like 10 plus years. He's like a legendary internet figure. He's almost like hit people like in his car at his local GameStop because they like talk shit about Sonic.
Okay, I
What?
think you have to lay out some of the identity before you get into the actions, because like Chris Chan is like a severely autistic man-child.
Yeah.
That's basically
Oh,
it.
man.
Like, and and that's the reason why people were like captivated by him in the first place. It was like on these obscure forums. It might have been something awful. I think it was 8chan.
They
but
convinced him to fuck a sex doll.
They
on
did.
Camera.
They did.
Man.
And then there became like this lore to him, and he's like one of the most documented people ever. Basically.
He was like a wholesome kind of guy. Again, like everyone really hated him. He was like this guy who just got bullied online a lot because he was weird as fuck, and he gave crazy reactions, and then he his mother.
Excuse me?
Yeah, no, so his mother is like 80 with like dementia, and he started an incest relationship with his mother recently.
Oh, that's not cool.
And apparently has been sleeping with her for like a month.
Well, that's rather depressing.
No, yeah, it is. It's like that's why this story is so crazy, because it's like the entire thing is so odd. It's so like it feels like Shane Dawson's gonna do a video about it with how much attention it's getting now, because a bunch of people are finding about Chris for the first time.
Dude, I'm sorry. This is the craziest shit ever. And then when like the police came and like removed him from the house, he fucking stole her money.
Yeah.
And spent $750 in like 2 days. This motherfucker was buying like Nintendo Switch games after they found out that he was incesting.
Yeah.
He like watched one too many Destiny debates.
That's fucking horrible though, man. 80-year-old woman with dementia, dude. That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's disgusting. And he was like talking about it. There's like a transcript of the audio where he's describing how he enjoyed it.
Oh, it's so bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really degenerate story. There's not a lot that can be said about it that hasn't already been said by a lot of people, because it's been like at the center of attention for the entire community. There's a whole debate over whether or not Chris should be respected as a trans person.
That sounds irrelevant.
It does sound irrelevant, I agree. There's a lot of debate over it though online.
I probably have the opposite take on this. I feel like if you're like into like if you're really subscribed to the whole like trans stuff, it shouldn't really matter. Like you should at least make the effort to call someone who identifies as trans she, no matter how bad they are.
I believe the
feel
reason
like,
why a lot of people are opposed to it, even outside of that, though, is that Chris has openly said that he decided to be a trans woman because it would allow him to be with lesbian women. Was the reason why he said he did that? So a lot of people are like comfortable with like, you know, whatever.
Yeah,
fuck it.
I get that again, but like he's also extremely autistic. I don't know if I'm taking him as like a reliable narrator.
That's fair.
Like, listen, if he/she really is trans, I think it's like normal to make the best effort. My problem with that discussion is we just had 3 seconds of discourse that isn't about Chris his mother after he his mother. So like obviously that was like worthless discourse. Again, I'm gonna call her Chris Chan because Chris Chan is the name that SEO dictates is better for the algorithm. And I'm not really gonna be sad about it.
You're right.
But I'm gonna try to use her correct pronouns. If I get it wrong, I'm in my
Christine
bad.
Weston Chandler. Yeah. If you want to call her a she, you know, it's whatever. But for me, it's like there's a lot of people in replies like arguing like, hey, you know, I know what they did is fucked up, but you shouldn't disrespect their gender. It's like, is that really the most important conversation to have right now?
On the flip side, like if Blair White shot up like a fucking orphanage, I wouldn't call her a him all of a sudden.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean? Wait a minute. So this dude is legit because I don't know. Is he legitimately autistic?
Yes.
Oh God, full blown.
How severe is it?
Very.
Extremely.
Oh my God, man.
He fucked his mother.
No, but I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
No,
no, you don't understand. Like
autistic.
that.
To give you an idea of it, one of the first things that people were kind of attracted to him for was, or not attracted to him, like interested in him, was because he was putting out like letters and like petitions around his town and online for a boyfriend-free girl, and he had like a bunch of like specifics. He was like, can't be too fat, can't be too tall, must be white, or he just had like these specifications he'd write on a sign, and he'd like go to Target and shit like that and like hold it out and like wait for girls to come by.
How do people know this?
The reason why people found out about him at first, I believe, was because of his comic, which is called Sonichu, which is like a combination of Sonic the Hedgehog and Pikachu into one character.
Oh, that's all you had to say. He plays Sonic. All right, yeah. So he's severely autistic.
And he has like this whole universe and lore. He's very delusional. Like he believed that he was the mayor of like a town that he made up called Quickville.
Oh shit! Tell him about the merge.
Oh yeah, so there were a bunch of people on fucking Discord. This was months ago, maybe even a year ago, but they were getting money from Chris by like extorting him. Basically, they were telling him, "You need to give us money. We're going to do this thing." And the thing they were telling him was that there's going to be like a dimensional merge where Quickville, which is his fictional universe he created in his head, is going to merge with the real world, and like Sonichu and Magichan and whatever. There's like this whole like autistic lore will like come to fruition, and that's why he needs to give them money. So like not only has this guy like been bullied online, but he's also been like exploited, and now he fucks his mom. Like he's also like a fucking degenerate freak. Like,
see, the harassment was so bad that people would like pretend they were dating him. Or that's how they got this information. It's like the girls were pretending they were interested in him, but someone.
This has happened for a long time.
Yeah, somebody pretended that they were going on a date with him, and at the end of the debate, someone dressed as a pickle ran over and took her away.
Yeah.
Man, this shit. I don't know, man.
Yeah, so just this whole like fucking shitstorm went down. Ethan Ralph of Killstream fame, he filmed himself like tracking down Chris Chan.
He's like, fuck it, dude, I'm gonna knock on his door.
Yeah, so he literally filmed himself trying to find Chris, and then filmed Chris being arrested.
Yeah, dude, and that was out of nowhere. Like, Chris happened to be getting arrested while Ralph decided to go film his house. Like, that's pure by happenstance that happened.
Yo, dude went to his house?
Well, no, he's not his house. His hotel room, because he knew where he was staying.
Yeah.
And it was like 20 minutes from where Ralph lives. So Ralph was gonna go try to meet Chris Chan, and then he got kicked out because somebody called up and said Ralph was trying to break in. So Ralph goes to the mall, and then he gets like swatted, quote unquote, where like a cop comes over and they like said that Ralph was whatever, and he like gets in trouble and has to leave the mall, I guess. And as he's leaving, he finds out that same cop and other cops showed up to Chris's hotel room and were arresting him. So Ralph gets out of the car as they're walking Chris Chan out like off the balcony, like down into like toward the squad car, and Ralph's like, yeah, Killstream live, and he's like, hey, Chris Chan, and then Chris is like, I'm in good spirits, Ralph. And then and then fucking Ralph is like, hey, what's going on, officer? And the officer turned around and went, long time no see. He's like, oh yeah, you're the fucking officer from 20 minutes ago. Hey, what's going on, man? It's like a legendary internet moment.
It's like that thing from the beginning of that one Destiny stream when Ralph's like, you know that one? Like it was on the Dick Show when they're all like doing that gay ass high
Yeah.
pitched noise. Yeah. No, I mean it was a very interesting kind of saga. Definitely.
Sounds sad, man.
It is sad. Yeah, I get it.
Vega's the
there's
only one who doesn't think this is the
there's
funniest
no
thing in the
enthusiasm
world.
in his voice.
Nah, man, not at all, dude. You guys are telling me that this dude is severely autistic, and he had sex with his 80-year-old mother
Yeah.
with dementia, dude. This is horrific. Dude.
It's horrific. It's funny in the whole context of Chris Chan. If you've been like watching these videos for years and like following this story.
Well, I don't really know who the guy is.
No, you raise a good point. For us, it's like for me, it's like I've been so desensitized to the Chris Chan story over the last like I don't know however many like 5 years or whatever that I've been following it. That it's like
This guy's been on here for 5 fucking years.
oh no, it's been more. People have been following him for 15 years.
Are you joking? Holy shit.
No,
Dude, oh, you know what the other layer of the drama is? Okay, so there's Chris Chan historians that have uploaded 60 plus videos detailing every aspect of his life. Those guys are complete losers. Nobody respects them except for people who are also Chris Chan historians. So they're
I
mad.
agree with that.
But wait, so they're mad that Ralph got the scoop and got the video because now everyone's giving Ralph all the credit, which is so funny. Like, we're going to be critical of Ralph in a second, so I don't want to pretend like we're just being nice to him.
are
But-
people mad at him? That's really gay if that's true.
you know, all of them are like, oh yeah, I've been going after... Who's the real loser? I've been documenting his life for years. You just showed up to get the credit. Or
Wow,
something. He's like,
congrats, you are all
actually, I
fags.
think that...
You're
you're
all
the
fags.
loser.
You all suck.
You and your little internet forum who, like, posted Chris Chan episode 72, like, talking about his, like, most recent bowel movement. Like, you're a fucking loser.
I mean, in all fairness, you know, I'm not here trying to proclaim that, you know, I'm not just like you guys because I've been following the story forever. But it's just like, you know, there's no pride you should be taking in that. It's like it's just YouTube drama. It's just gay internet drama. But anyway, so yeah, that happened with Ralph. You know, the clips being posted everywhere. People are taking screenshots of the kill stream, being like, holy shit, you know. I think Ralph has been doing something that's a little cringe, a little uncack, a little cringe. He was saying free advice for anyone using the clip. Make sure you credit the kill stream. Make sure you credit us. And it kind of seemed like he was going along the lines of perhaps, you know, doing some copyright takedowns, doing some DMCAs of anyone using the clip, which is like, you know, fair enough. You did get the clip. You did get a video and some pictures of the arrest, but it's like, end of the day, like you took out your phone and you filmed it. It's not that huge of a deal.
And keep in mind, like, what you didn't say is that it says kill stream right at the top right corner of the screen. It says morning sunset right at the bottom of the screen. And Ralph is screaming, like, kill stream live! Like a fucking lunatic the whole time. And, like, yeah, but, like, he's getting his credit that way, right?
I mean, okay, if someone's re-uploading it, it's like, okay, I guess, you know, whatever.
Oh, re-uploading? Yeah, take it down.
If someone's
Yeah, take
re-uploading
down.
it, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But if they're like talking about it and like, you know, I don't think it really matters if they say, this is the kill stream, this is the Ralph retort, he is the one who filmed this.
No, it legally doesn't. It doesn't matter at all.
I know. I don't know if he has any respect for that legality from the tweets I've been seeing. Could be wrong, but I don't know. That's not the impression I was getting. He was tweeting about Cabos. He was like, Cabos is a loser who didn't add anything to my clip. And I was like, bro, like, you filmed a retard getting arrested. Like, it's not that huge of a deal. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I also think that, like, Cabos can talk about it. Like, what is... Like Cabos can report on it. He's a news channel. What else is he supposed to add, you know? And I don't think he needs to do, like, a media inquiry.
Ralph could have came away with this with, like, an absolute W. Like, he got the clip. That was awesome. Like, legendary internet moment. That clip is going to go down. Like, everyone's going to know about that for years, right?
Oh, yeah.
He got all the clout because he streamed it and shit like that. So everyone was talking about him when it happened. And it just went so well. The whole thing went according to plan and stuff like that.
It's almost destiny. Like, he gets arrested. He comes back around to the hotel. He happens to, like, film it as it's happening. It's like, what a weird, like, turn of events.
Yeah, there's,
you know?
like, there's no reason to, like, lose your shit about that. I
No,
don't
there's
know.
no reason
It's
to, like,
just-
spurg out. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Every time I want to like Ralph a little bit, he just pisses me off.
It sucks, but, you know, I guess that's his prerogative if he wants to do that. Maybe, you know, if he bites off more than he can chew with one particular person, maybe they'll get mad at him and go after him for that. I don't know.
I don't know if I missed this, but if any re-uploads are being made, like if he claims them monetarily, that's fine.
I don't think
right?
he's claiming. I think he's he doesn't have like
He's just
content
striking?
ID, so he's just striking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, claiming is such a nice concept that most people don't have access to. So you know how like we've been talking over a year about how people don't do fair use reactions on Twitch and they take advantage of a lot of content creators?
Hell yeah,
Right.
that was some big videos last summer from us.
Yeah, me and you both made like extended videos on the thing. I had Bo Blacks on mine. Like that was one big story. Then there was like a second big story about how DMCA is like torn through Twitch and stuff like that. And a lot of the creators weren't educated on what DMCA was. We don't have a clear ruling on what would happen in some of these cases. So like these kind of link hand in hand, right? A lot of the streamers don't really know what DMCA is. As a result, they don't really care that they're stealing content and stuff like that from YouTubers. And that's kind of always been like the mainstream narrative for the last year or so in this community. Like everyone knows that, right?
Right.
So I don't know if you know this, Vega, but there's actually going to be like a huge lawsuit now. Like
Really?
basically, I think so. I think it's going to go to the courts because I doubt that they like let it go. Do you know who the party is that's going to be defending everybody on Twitch?
No, who's that?
XQC.
Shut the fuck up. No fucking way, dog.
It's real.
I don't believe it.
So,
I don't believe it.
So basically what happened is XQC decided to stream the Olympics.
Oh my god, bro. What the
Great
fuck?
idea, by the way. Streaming the
Unbelievable.
most televised, or the second probably most televised event in the world ever.
And keep in mind, Olympics were they were like DMCA fucking with people. So like one guy was IRL streaming from the Olympics and he got DMCA'd.
What? That don't make no sense.
So yeah, they were fucking around with DMCA a lot and stuff that I wasn't expecting. So like, there's a chance that maybe XQC is 100% in the right. I don't think so, but again, like I would say there's a chance. So he's on stream explaining how he filed a counter notification in the dumbest possible way. I don't know if you know who the video game attorney is.
Oh my god, I haven't heard that name in years.
Probably
homie.
since FUPA.
Yeah, since there you go, Tom. Since
Yeah.
FUPA, I haven't heard that name.
You're about to hear about it a lot more because
Okay,
that's basically
gotcha.
another topic.
Oh, I'm tracking.
Yeah, leave that in the back of your mind because we're getting back. We'll come right back to that one. So the video game attorney starts blowing smoke up XQC's ass, and he puts out like a whole Twitter thread being like, "Hey, look, when he filed the counter notification, that means one of two things is going to happen. Either they're going to remove their strike and leave XQC alone, or they're going to go into a legal battle. And if they go into a legal battle, you know that has like the similar H3H3 case where there could be a big precedent set." And the dangerous part is this precedent could be set under XQC's content, someone who historically doesn't really do many fair use reactions. I think that's being extremely charitable on my part. As a result, a lot of Twitch streamers were freaking out. Like Hassan Piker was like, "Oh no, like I'm really nervous." Hassan Piker said that 90% of his content is React Andy, quote unquote, and he said that most of his content on his channel isn't fair use.
What, he openly said that?
Yeah, no, he did.
Yeah, I posted the clip on my Twitter. I was shocked
Oh
that
my
Hassan
God,
literally admit
bro.
that all of his content is fucking.
I mean, maybe the argument from them will come in to be like, we need to reform copyright law or something like that. Like, we need to expand fair use. But either way, like, they've kind of admitted, like, their content is not transformative in a meaningful way. They're not really doing a lot with the videos, which coincidentally, like, this happens right after the JXE thing goes down, right?
Yeah, and the JXE thing is just like a retread of last year. Like, these guys got criticized for this, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't fucking care. I'm gonna leave your video on, and I'm gonna actually walk out of the room because America deserved it."
Okay, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. Our main criticism was like, it's kind of annoying, right? It's a little bit disheartening that these guys just take other people's content, watch it on stream, don't add anything to it. They just sit there, use it as their own, and then move on to the next thing. And it's just kind of it's kind of cringe. Okay, it's unbased.
Dude, last year we kept saying like, what would happen if you did this with live TV, and then XQC went and did it. Now we might have got sued.
Here we are.
You know what's funny? Some of the most popular content that I've seen, people that are actually professionals in a field, right? These are people who get it right, in my opinion. You guys might disagree, but you have like lawyers react, soldiers react, doctors react to like TV shows or anything like that. They actually go through almost like 90% of everything on screen is the full episode, but they stop it and they describe to you what's incorrect, what's correct, and then they actually do some comedic parts in it. You know what I mean? They actually add so much value to what you're watching because you get the context of, here is this professional that is telling me what I've been watching on television or on YouTube or on anything. They're telling me what's correct, what's not, and then they say like, well, I don't know, maybe, you know, in this realm it makes sense for entertainment value, but in reality we would go through this, that, and the other thing. That is fair use. Like, good luck taking those motherfuckers to court.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then when you look at a XQC or what's 9/11 dude? What's his name?
Oh, Hassan
Hassan?
Piker.
Can we call him that from now on?
And keep in mind, by the way, XQC is the biggest creator on Twitch, by the way.
Yeah, well, I don't doubt it, because when I clicked on his fucking shit one day when we were talking in private, he had 100,000 fucking viewers, and it was like Tuesday, and nothing was going on.
Yeah.
But so I believe you. But what I'm saying is, if you were to go to court, because these guys' mentality, I feel like they kind of borrow from those kind of channels to lend credibility to what they do. I've seen that one guy that said that I work 800 hours a month.
That was Ludwig.
YouTube.
That was
Ludwig, that's the guy. That guy, Mr. fucking YouTubers. Whoa, you upload a video every week? Like, if you're lucky, yeah. Bring that to a judge, and then you present a lawyer reacts. The judge is going to be like, bro, why did you bring this to me? This is clearly fair use. You're wasting my time. Then you bring an XQC or a Ludwig and 9/11 guy. I already forgot his name. The judge is going to be like, bro, what the fuck? You're laying in bed or you're sitting in your chair and you're eating a salad, bro. This is not fair use, you dickhead. You're wasting all of our time.
The difference is kind of like a super popular example would be like, say what you will about them. I know they had their own controversy, 4 years ago now, but Fine Bros at the end of the day is transformative.
Yes,
right?
yeah, clearly.
Like, it's more about the reactions. Yeah. It's heavily edited. It's about seeing what the people on the show have to say. And, they have a whole, panel of people that they go through. Whereas, with these streamers, it's totally about the content they're watching rather than themselves. Like, they're not really adding anything.
They leave the room.
Yeah, they leave
get
the
up
room.
And walk away.
XQC literally never says anything. Like, his reactions are the same exact length as the original video, and they're uncut. Like, there's no editing. It's not like he just cuts his reactions out so you get the bits from him.
Yeah, and that's also a good Five Bros, by the way, was how I even kind of discovered this community. They're a good example. The reason why I bring them up, they're a good example of saying, here is the standard for reaction content, the Fine Bros, because they kind of do it just right.
They do.
Almost like in a mainstream way. And you can praise them for that, and you can hold them up on a pedestal and be like, here's the standard, guys. Do that. At least. And then you have when they tried to trademark the word react or some shit, and everybody shitted on them. You know what I mean?
So that's how you got introduced to the community?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's how I got introduced, was a Fine Bros. And that, to me, in my opinion, because before then I had talked to people that were in the community before and after. They were in the community before and they passed that wave. So, if they are the milestone, then the people that were there 2 years prior, like iDubbbz, right?
Right.
Let's say if iDubbbz was in this chat, he would be like, yeah, I've been making videos 2-3 years prior, and, we had a whole community built on it, but we weren't known. But then when the Fine Brothers came around, everybody was, passing 1 million subscribers. We were on trending. We were on everybody's fucking news reports, drama alert, everything like that. The Fine Bros was actually, if you were to be, historical record, that moment, that milestone in YouTube internet history would be the time where commentary just blew the fuck up.
Really?
The way I see it, yeah.
Interesting. So that was like an event horizon, yeah.
Well, name something before. I don't
know if there's one event. I guess you could be right. I just feel like
that is the event. I challenge you to find out.
No, I mean you're probably right. I don't think I can think of one. I'm just trying to think through my memory of it. Yeah, I mean the thing about that is there was news articles about it. It got mainstream
exactly.
attention.
But everything came after that. Leafy came after that. iDubbbz, H3, they didn't necessarily come after that with their channel in existence, but it was that point where they all blew the fuck up.
Yeah,
you can say
right.
Filthy Frank and all those guys, sure, but not any of those guys in commentary specifically.
Yeah, and everyone collectively shit on them.
Everybody did, dude.
Shit on
Trust me, dude. All my recommended was about fucking shitting on Fine Brothers, dog, during that time.
Yeah, you gotta remember, dude, the Fine Brothers were one of the first content cops.
That was the last one before, I think, Keemstar was the Fine Bros one.
Yeah.
If my memory serves me correctly. Everyone fucking shit on them hardcore. I hate everything. Leafy, iDubbbz,
H3, I think just everybody, yeah.
Yeah, they bodied them. And they dropped that thing pretty quickly, which is good.
Yeah.
I remember they made that video kind of apologizing for it, and that was kind of the last we heard of it, which was good. I'm glad they went through with that instead of the alternative, which is try to copyright the word react, which would have been totally fucked.
Yeah, in retrospect, it does seem kind of like they were doing a business decision and they weren't going to go through with it the way they were pitching that they were going to go through with it. But it was a good move on commentators' part to attack it.
Yeah.
Because we don't know. You can't trust anybody.
No.
That's the point, right? You can't trust that they're going to do the right thing. So you might as well just get rid of it.
I don't think that anyone could have anticipated how badly it could have gone.
If they didn't, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you, in reality, H3, as much as we hate him now, iDubbbz, as much as a lot of people hate him now, I don't necessarily, but all those people that did that during that time actually did the world a fucking favor. You know what I mean? Because if they would have set that precedent and then nothing would have been done, we would have been in some serious trouble even now.
But Nick, getting back to the topic at hand, how do you think this is going to shake out? Like, how do you think this is going to go?
Well, I think that's all in relation to the lawyer, dude. I gotta tell you, when Ethan Klein came out yesterday and said that video game attorney lawyer basically royally fucked him and almost cost
Did
him
he
his
say
court
that?
case. Yeah, he did.
What?
He came out and said that,
Holy shit,
which
I didn't
kind of
see that.
answers everything that I was thinking for like the past 3-4 years. Apparently, the video game lawyer also got fired from being in the Sargon case on the other side in that copyright one too. Like, he kind of just jumps in, and I know there was like other accusations that were made about him last year that I don't know if are factual or not, but I just know that he's been accused of being a pain in the ass in other aspects of life as well.
So what happened during FUPA with him? Can we explain the FUPA thing and like what that was about?
Yeah, so initially, as you remember, Ethan Klein brought up he had like $150,000 or something like that from his GoFundMe account thing, and then that became like less obviously after they take their cut.
Yeah.
So the video game attorney gets the whole like account for FUPA, right? And he was supposed to distribute it to people who need it and stuff like that. But again, this video game attorney knows how much this is going to cost, right? Like, he has an estimate of how much legal fees are. So Ethan gets the month one bill. Keep in mind, this $150K or whatever was supposed to be used for all these other channels. First month bill, $50,000.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that
50
video.
fucking
Yeah,
grand.
yeah.
So Ethan fired him, got a new lawyer, and you never heard of FUPA again.
So does the guy just have no like knowledge of how the courts work or what these things cost?
Well, is that the case, or is it that we're kind of like naive to how these things are being charged? Lawyers are expensive, bro.
Yeah, let's say he knew without a shadow of a doubt. Why would he encourage Ethan to make a FUPA account to pay other people when he knows Ethan's going to need that money plus more?
That's a
because
good point.
I think it got cheaper after he switched to a different lawyer. I just think this guy's an asshole.
Yeah, because the initial thing was people donated to just Ethan, and then Ethan was like, okay, well, this VGA guy is going to come in. Why don't I start an account for everyone where when they have fair use issues, we can help them too, and will also help me.
Dude, it sounds like to me, honestly, like this is a conspiracy theory. It sounds like this guy's famous because he tweets about video games sometimes, and he's
a
like
lawyer.
a lawyer in the community.
Why would video game attorney want to fuck him in the ass though? Because like he wouldn't majorly profit. Would
What
he?
more do you need?
All right, so
Tom?
he's a lawyer. This is an unsuspecting person who knows nothing about the law, and he has an entire community backing him that's willing to spend significant amounts of money just for fair use. So if this FUPA thing took off, theoretically, this would have led to a lot more money in,
Right.
because people would want to keep contributing to the FUPA fund. Like, best case scenario, this is a income source for him for an extended period of time. You'd have to be crazy to turn that down.
Right, because it's a job he's being given.
Yeah, basically he's being given a salary.
And he's doing nothing for the account.
Because he knows more will come through. He knows he'll get work. He has to do nothing. All he has to do is just charge people and then give like legal advice.
That's really interesting. If that's real, that's fucked. Wait, I want to read Ethan's tweet about that.
It's not a tweet. It's a video. It's
Oh,
also on my
Ethan
timeline.
made a video on it?
No, Ethan mentioned it. He's like, yeah, you know what? I'm really worried for XQC, not just because it's XQC, but because the guy who's representing him fucking sucks.
Oh.
Ethan's probably
shit.
right with that then. I don't see what reason he would have to say that.
I think his exact wording is, hold on 1 second. He is a horrible attorney that royally screwed us. And the fact that he's handling us makes me very nervous. That's what he said. That's
Holy
the exact
shit.
quote.
Yeah, and also for the audience that may be like, oh, what the fuck? Ethan's a fucking piece of shit or anything like that. This is almost like everyday type of shit. That person, like Ethan, no matter what he is right now, back in the day when all this shit was occurring, he was still Ethan Klein to how we knew him, and we came up and we kind of admired the guy, right? For being that guy.
I gotta say, I believe him here.
Yeah, I would
do.
say he's might be the Ethan now and made the video now, but that might not be the Ethan talking in the current state. He's remembering of what occurred when he was that real dude that we all kind of admired, and he's saying that, yo, during that time, this dude fucked us. And because he is who he is now, you can't like discredit his word based on his experience back in the day. He can't do anything else but tell you what happened. You know what I mean? So I believe him. I believe him.
Yeah, dude, I think it's pretty crazy in concept to think that, like, this guy is... Because I know Ethan's gotten a lot of shit over the years, and I think me and Tom were the only people who sorted through the money and, like, came to the conclusion that there's no way Ethan could have stolen
I
it.
remember you saying that in private. Because I was even on that same level where in my mind I was on that train of like, what happened to Fupa? What the fuck? Where's the money?
Yeah,
and
but
then
it's
you were
Ethan's
saying,
fucking fault. Every time he got axed for that, he'd be like, if you look online, you can find it and stuff like that. And people who donate are like, where the fuck's my money, Ethan? Like, where's the FUPA fund? He should have just said, dude, I got fucked over by the video game attorney.
Yeah, the thing is, he should have just answered it, but that was your section of the video, and you did the research, and you showed it to me, and I was like, okay, I think you're right, and we we looked at the numbers a little bit. But,
Thanks. Yeah, but
that was
it's
definitely
crazy.
you doing that, Nick. So gotta give you credit for that.
yeah, all credit to you because you did do that in private as well with me because like I was saying like 2 seconds ago when I was on that train, if I remember correctly, in private, this isn't in front of cameras, this isn't for no podcast or nothing. In private, you said like, hey, dude, I ran the numbers and he didn't fuck nobody, dude. He's actually the one getting fucked. And I was like, oh my God.
Did that story start with Keem? Was that a Keem thing? I remember him tweeting about it.
It's not just Keem. People were asking for a long time what happened to the money, and I guess that made
including
me
myself.
frustrated.
I think Diesel Patches was like, what happened
Yeah.
to FUPA, maybe.
And again, like, he doesn't give a straight answer to it.
No, he never would. It was very annoying.
At no point, he just goes, well, we spent it. If he just
But
came
now he
out and
did,
said
though.
it, like, well, he kind of, roundabout. I'm kind of filling in the blanks of it.
Maybe he just didn't want to shit talk video game attorney at the time.
Oh, but
and
now he
would have
does.
to.
I don't. Maybe he. All right. You know what? Honestly, he seems a bit more triggered on everybody nowadays. So maybe he didn't want to back then for optics reasons, and now he's just like,
Yeah, he's
"Fuck
like,
it,
no one
dude,
likes
we're
me
off
anyway.
the rails."
Well, it could also be one of those like he's in the shit, you know what I mean? Like it's one of those like if you're into it with video game attorney, right? And then he's fucking you and you're just like, yo, we got to drop this guy and get some other people and focus on this case. He doesn't like, you know what I mean? Like in that moment, you're like, do we really want to go to war and fucking shit on somebody and do all these videos and they do all this shit?
Yeah.
We got all this shit to deal with, dude. Fuck them, whatever, drop them and we'll deal with that some other fucking time. Some other fucking time happens to be, I don't know, when did he make the video?
Well, he said it on streams. This is a stream clip.
Recently, though, right?
Yeah, it's like 4 years
recently,
later.
he just probably wound up blurting it out. But at those times, I could definitely be in his position, because I would be probably in that same boat, and I would make the same decision.
And you're thinking at that point, like, I have to finish this lawsuit. I don't have
Exactly.
time to be angry.
Exactly.
I'm like stressed out. I'm like now I went from thinking I had too much money to realizing I don't have enough. So this could financially ruin me. And you could definitely tell between video number 1 and video number 2, like morale was down. Right.
Right.
They weren't excited to make that second one. The first one, they're like, dude, the FUPA is going to save everybody. And yeah, it's an adventure that they probably shouldn't have gone through, and one that I assume is a result of them not understanding what they were getting into. But I think that there's somebody in this case who did know what they were getting into, and it's questionable to me if that guy is very credible.
Right.
Maybe we're just shit talking this completely innocent guy.
I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah, dude, maybe our next video will be talking about how Ethan fucked him over.
Yeah, Ethan's been an asshole the whole time.
Maybe he's completely innocent. Ethan fucked this guy. Video game attorney's just like, I did nothing wrong.
Right,
Ethan
right,
took
right.
the money and spent it on V-Bucks. Ethan spent it on Pickle Rick skins in Fortnite. He spent it on a legion of Pickle Rick skins. He gave money to Nicholas DeOrio so he would shit talk video game attorney.
Yeah, dude. I'm on the payroll. I'm on everybody's payroll at once, dude.
Same with Comment Cop got paid. Everyone's receiving.
Buddy.
Dude, imagine if we turned around and it turned out that Ethan and Keemstar like fucking faked the whole beef.
I don't think it's impossible. If they were to come out with that, I would kind of like laugh and be like, wow.
You
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
be surprised.
I wouldn't
Okay,
be
wait,
surprised.
wait, Vega. You actually wouldn't be surprised. Is that real?
I don't think I would be surprised. No, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, listen, the people that you're talking about, Keemstar, we had him on the show. A Street, I don't know him, but just because of how they kind of are, I wouldn't be surprised. Keemstar plays the game to the T.
Keemstar does, but it's like
Yeah.
neither of them gained from that, you know?
So when Keemstar on that episode, I think that was like one of the last episodes that they had, right? The Zoe one, right? When they said that, oh, I saw you playing the game, so I started playing on like pedophile accusations. I was just like, what? Like that
But Keem gained
time
from
I
that,
would
and
be.
so did Zoe.
That time I was surprised, but now years later, no, I wouldn't be surprised because that is one of the examples I have to channel when the reaction that would come out of me if that was exposed, I would just be like, yeah, well, he's done it before.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did it, but about this in particular, I couldn't see it happening.
You think the beef is too crazy, right?
Well, the thing is, with the pedo thing, it's like it seems really serious, but at the same time, like, Keem at the end of the day, he says he didn't call her a pedo, and he didn't. He got the conversation started so that some people would call her a pedo, so he could talk about it. You know what I mean?
Calculated.
And at the end of the day, it's like they both benefited from that drama. Keem got to make drama alerts about it. He got people talking about it. He got to do a whole baited about it with her. And she benefited because the drama only increased her profile.
Yeah.
It's like people are saying, like, well, why are people calling this Ethot a pedo? I got to check her out, see who she is, you know? So it's like they gained from that. Whereas, like, Ethan and Keem were already huge, massive fucking figures in the current day. The story did not help them. It only gave them bad press. They lost sponsors over it.
I wouldn't be shocked. I still don't change my mind. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked.
I would be shocked. But
all right, last things last. You want to do a weekly T channel update? Because I got two big ones.
Oh, no, not the T channel.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Yes!
So, breaking news that you would have never seen coming. Def Noodles killed off his character.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, Dennis killed off Def Noodles. He's
Wait
gonna
a minute,
just do.
Explain that shit. What do you mean?
Dennis put out a 5-minute video firing Def Noodles, and he's just gonna take it from there.
He fired Def Noodles?
Mm-hmm.
The guy with the cat ears?
He fired himself.
The thing is, like, after Def Noodles got banned from Twitter, his relevance really fucking died. So when he gets banned from Twitter, now he only gains like 3K a month on YouTube and stuff like that. His Instagram's only up to like 30K. Actually, his main Instagram is bigger than the Def Noodles Instagram.
Why is his account still called Def Noodles, though?
Because I just assume that's the name. That's SEO probably. Search engine shit.
The character.
Yeah, but he's doing it normal now. He mentioned in the video that you have major credibility issues. Nobody really gets your gimmick and stuff like that. And he's like, "Yeah, you're fired."
That?
Yep, he said it in the video.
That is retarded. Why would he do
that?
Look,
dude, I could sit here and say like I don't care. He still sucks. Blah 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 blah. But like, I hope he uses this as like a clean slate and like just makes better decisions moving forward.
Yeah, I can see that.
Latest video is called David Dobrik humiliated at Lollapalooza. Matt Damon's big problem.
Last things last, I wanted to ask you about a new story that I've just discovered that happened months ago that nobody covered. We're gonna get into a little bit of Sussy Smiles if you guys are interested. Yeah, dude, Sussy Smiles, bro.
Sussy Smiles.
Okay.
So I just know, like, whenever you see these allegations and stuff like that, I feel like the way they're covered with, like, James Charles and Call Me Carson and all this other shit that's been going on recently. Like, Call Me Carson being an example of one that most people now agree wasn't that bad. James Charles being one of the ones that people say is probably pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, come back, Carson. Come back. That shit was such bullshit, dude. Just come back, dog.
So... But, like, when you see, like, it's a male creator, it's a creator that's popular to hate in the moment, you see, like, a lot of people make a lot of claims when it happens. Like, when you're talking about these different age gaps of, like, 19 to 17 or 18, 17 and stuff like that. Yeah, it's, like, incredibly common for people to overreact, right?
On the website.
On this website,
yes.
So, for some reason, I thought it was weird when the T channels didn't cover that 20-year-old Jessie Smiles took a 17-year-old boy to prom.
I'm sorry, what?
And I'm not saying it like that she's like a predator, because that's not how I handle these kinds of things. And again, like, I'm not making any sort of like predatory allegation. But when Jessie was 20 years old, she took a 17-year-old fan to prom, and then she recorded a story time video talking about it, which means one of two things I'll get to in a second. But she's talking about how she didn't know if she was going to grind with the kid, and how she wanted to make out with the kid and loves making out with people and stuff like that. And this is like, I'm interested that nobody covered it.
According to the internet, though, that would mean that she's a raging pedophile.
Okay, calm down.
Wait a minute.
Bro, I'm just saying, in like their community, that sends like red flags. Over here, we'd be like, all right.
In their community, that's a death sentence. Imagine if a guy
YouTuber, or imagine it was Shane Dawson. Like, Shane Dawson literally, like, would do, like, he would say shit like that. And here's the other part of this. You could say, like, and this goes the other way. Okay, well, she was talking about it in a story time. Even though that you can verify that the kid was 17 and she was 20, I mean, like, that's besides the point. But she was obviously embellishing it. She never planned to kiss him. That was just a joke, right?
Of course.
But, like,
of course.
Why would you want to depict yourself in a way that you're like, yeah, I kind of want to kiss a kid? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that still kind of looks really shitty, right? Like, it's like, oh yeah, I added the grinding part just for effects. What effects were you going for, you know?
Very strange. Very strange.
It's just a fucking weird story. And it's like, the contrast is so deafening, because you see that people said that, I don't know if you're familiar with the original part of the Gabby lore. So, like, one of the biggest critiques about Gabby Hanna was that Gabby Hanna was arguing with a fan or whatever and jumped into that fan's DMs, and that fan just turned out to be underage. So why are all of those people who are making that crazy fucking critique just ignoring that Jesse took a 17-year-old fan to prom?
And talked about grinding with him, wanting to grind with him.
Yeah, like, that's kind of sussy smiles, you know?
I am sussily smiling to the situation quite a bit.
That's a bit sussy. And again, I tweeted it out. It only got like 241 likes, but everyone who reacted to it was like, yeah, I didn't know that happened.
I didn't know.
Imagine if that was a guy who's like, because like, and again, like, even from the very beginning of this story, right? Like, from the very beginning of the story, imagine James Charles tweets out this sentence: "Let's go to prom and homecoming. Fuck it. I love getting all dolled up." And then just chose to go with a random fan that replied. Keep in mind, we're not just talking about age gaps. She took a fan to prom and talked about hooking up with him or whatever.
I'm sure this will become a huge story.
Like, dude, nowadays you get crucified for just talking about that. And not like whether it happened today or tomorrow.
When did she do this?
It was in 2014. And if that was Shane Dawson, dude, this would be like reason 54 on why Shane Dawson should be canceled.
Reason 54 on why we need to deplatform Shane Dawson.
Why do you think that she hasn't been called out for that?
It's easy. T channels are biased. They don't care. Jesse Smiles is positively viewed.
The community is run by her friends.
And Gabby Hanna is the person who called her out for it.
Here,
so
I'm gonna be the 40-year-old, right? So you say she's positively viewed. Why?
She's positively viewed because she's the catalyst that continues to make the Gabby Hanna videos coming. So the reason why I've been able to upload 35 videos on Gabby Hanna and buy myself a new car is because Jesse Smiles has been having a constant feud with her for the last 7 years. Other than that, like, I don't mean to be mean to Sussy here, but like,
Sussy.
I'm just saying, like,
Sussy.
so like Florida woman wouldn't have like a career if Gabby Hanna and her weren't fighting.
Listen,
like,
listen. I'm gonna just say it right now, Gabby Hanna, bring your ass on this fucking podcast so we can set this bullshit straight. All right, all these people that are in the audience.
Next week's the Gabby Hanna episode.
We need to.
We're either gonna get Gabby Hanna or Willie Mack show. One of the two. We're not leaving without one.
Equal star
One
power.
expert will be here.
Gabby, we're telling you. Listen, we're not these motherfuckers. You come on the show, you say something crazy, we're gonna call you on it. If you say something that makes sense, we're going to agree with you. You know what I mean? That's just how we roll.
We're going to at least talk to you about it either way.
We'll talk to you about it so you can explain yourself and all that shit. And also, we might not be the biggest motherfuckers on the planet, but at least we're on that critical thinking side of shit.
It starts somewhere, right?
Yeah, if you have people that are out there that are shitting on you, dogging on you, and even people that watch the podcast that hate you and this and that, if you come on here and you and us have a conversation about what the fuck's been going on, and you at least explain your side, there's no strategy behind it. There isn't a single guest that we've had on the show that we've talked to previously, right? And we'll be like, hey, listen, bro, we're going to ask you this, we're going to ask you that. We don't do any of that shit, bitch. We get in the Discord. All right, Lan, we're going to start 3, 2, 1, ready? Let's go. So whatever happens on the podcast happens. You need to come on the show and you need to get rid of those fucking people in the audience that are sitting there shitting on you for no fucking reason. Because this all, to me, seems like bullshit, dude. To this day, not even Nick or Tom, not shitting on y'all, but just saying, no one has, when I asked the question, what has Gabby Hanna done that has made Gabby Hanna a bad person? I've heard the secrets behind closed doors in private VCs, and I've laughed my dick off, dude, because it's not that big of a deal. I've heard the things that were public, and I laughed my dick off because it's not a big deal. It's all human shit. People make mistakes. People fuck up. All that shit, dude. None of that stuff for a content creator online deserves for somebody to be buried in the manner that Gabby Hanna has been buried. So get your ass on the fucking show, girl.
Hey guys, we just dropped a brand new members only episode probably a week ago. If you're on the members button now or you're on the Patreon, you can access it through the Discord server or the area of your choosing, depending on whatever platform you're subscribed to. We're going to be doing a brand new Half Bake live this month, next month, and probably the month after that. So look forward to that for sure. Anyways, I'm Nick. That's Lord Vega. Turkey Tom is here, and that's the Half Baked Podcast.
And we're gay.